big up, everybody. Thiago Silva, the end is nigh for the Brazilian, and somehow, some way, we draw at Villa. Everything that and more in episode 16 of Blue Brothers. Let's roll. Hello, hello, hello. Big up all those in YouTube land. Hopefully you're doing well. JPT, how you doing, my bro? How you doing?
Good, good. It's good to be back. Wish it was on a better uh, side of the story to this, but yeah, no. A lot of people think I was in hiding. Like, look, I already knew we were gonna lose to Arsenal.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Just finally out of the doghouse. Can finally stream in
Who let the
peace.
JPT out? Ooh. Yeah, I just noticed
Oh,
that.
there you go.
Oh. No, I don't sound right. Let's not kill it. Let's not kill it. Well,
Hmm.
yeah, JPT, as you know, I kind of downgraded this week because I've gone from Jez to JPT. So like, it kind of
That's
just on an emotional note, it just feels like a down. No, I'm playing. I'm kidding. Um, but nah, like JPT said, like we have a bit of a sad note to start off with, something to grab your hankies for. Pause. Um, it's one of those ones. Thiago Silva. What's about to happen with Thiago? So, oh, big up early doors, the football TV in the building. Big up. How you doing, Tony?
early doors.
How you doing? All right, brother. Please, like and subscribe to this guy if you can. Massive West Ham content creator, destined for big things. Hopefully.
I'm sure he was
Uh,
buzzing this weekend.
yeah, like, well, I'm not being funny. I have to say, as much as I did like the looks on the faces of Liverpool as hope drained out of it. I'm sorry. I know that's horrible to say, but it's just one of those ones, like I have to say thank you, West Ham. Thank you very much. But yeah, big up DJ Crane. Oh, hello, babe. How you
How you
doing?
doing, Miss
Evening off,
Wolfie?
Mrs. Wolfie. Yeah. Hey, hopefully you're like chilling at home now. Tony, and Tone. There you go. Miss Wolfie. Oh, hang on. Bloody hell, the chat. All good, sir. Same to you, JPT. Well, yeah, please, if you can, please. Obviously, there's the link. Like and subscribe to the early doors. Big up. Oh, it's the Blue Sister in the house. It's the Rangers side of the channel. How you doing, Rosie? Big up to you. Big up, Mrs. Wolfie. Thank you, JPT.
Mm-hmm.
What? Her? Okay. You mean Halulu or what? What do you mean, babe? Pick up the blue sister. Yeah, exactly. The Ranger sister. Yeah, she's the other blue.
Exactly.
Yeah, but yes, on with the show as you go. Sad note: Thiago Silva, has he played his last game for Chelsea? Is that the end for the Samba man? We're not really sure on his injury, whether he's going to be out for a few weeks or not. But did any other Chelsea fans see the video they released on YouTube today about Thiago Silva's goodbye message? And I'm not being funny. I think from the way he said that, I think his Chelsea career is done
Mm-hmm.
now. Because personally, like normally, yeah, you do what Money Mace did. You wait until you leave the club before you release the footage, and then you have to re-release the footage because you waited so long before you actually had to leave. You actually had a different color hairstyle by the time you left.
Mm-hmm. He had his
So
notes. He had his cue cards ready behind
yeah,
the
you know what I
camera.
mean. Money Mace. But yeah, but Thiago Silva stated today that his heart would be blue. His family are blue because his son obviously plays for the club.
Mm-hmm.
He's obviously his missus has been spotted in her socials quite often at Stamford Bridge, whether it'll be good or bad things she's saying. I have to say credit to her when things have been going well for him. She has been going absolutely bonkers at times at that stadium, particularly we won the Champions League. But
Mm-hmm.
what can I say? Like Thiago Silva, Rosie is probably ended his career at Chelsea because if his injury sees him out until the end of the season, he leaves Chelsea. Now, personally, I want to say we got a world-class midfielder. I have to say, out of all the deals we've done over the last 10 years, right, that is up there as one of the absolute best bargains we ever got. absolute. And the
For
thing
free
is,
one?
free transfer, yeah, free transfer from PSG when he left PSG after losing a Champions League final and came to us and won one. So it was pretty sweet. And I'm not being funny. I watched that guy since he was in Milan in 2008-9, and he was playing with some absolutely great players then. The Pirlos, the Ronaldinhos. I think even Zlatan was still there as well when he first got there at AC Milan as well. I think because is that what he.
I'm also thinking, was Schneider there? Was
Oh, no,
Schneider
no, no,
there?
no, no. It was AC
Freshman?
Milan, not Inter Milan. It was in
No, but
AC.
like at the time of the league, like he
Oh
was playing.
yeah, I think Schneider. Yeah, that's just for a couple of years just before they done their double. No, Schneider hadn't got there yet. Snyder
Right,
has
because
he wasn't. He hadn't arrived yet. That was in 2010 under Mourinho, but he's not far off. I think people like Stankovic and them lot are still there though. But people like Lucio in that Inter team are still sitting at Bayern. But that Milan team had Ronaldinho in it, a Pato that actually played. Oh my days, bro! 2008. What a hype around the. He was good though when he first arrived. Pato. Who remembers that name? Pato.
but
Gee.
it's the worst loan spell, one of our worst loan spells ever.
Well, but Thiago Silva wasn't, bro. That guy was absolute class. I know we didn't get him on loan. We signed him, but it was just, bro, that guy played with Seedorf. That guy played with Ronaldinho. That guy played with some names. So I want to start off the show by doing a little dedication to like myself because I do think Quack. What?
I think he's having a bit of his own henny.
Yeah. Why is Quacker?
West-
Not a day off. Finished at 11 this morning. Popped in for an hour this evening. Yeah,
Oh,
Kate was on a night shift last night.
God bless you.
Yeah, bless her soul. But then again, she did sleep until 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh,
Oh, Pato.
yeah, there you
Yeah,
go. But he was a quack at Chelsea.
yeah, he was. He was right fucking quacker. He was. Yeah. So, JPT, let me throw it over to you when you finish sipping your henny.
Yep.
Thiago Silva. What you got to say, bro?
This one hurts on different levels because it is. Yes, this is like the last bit of like the you want to say proper Chelsea and all that, but I just say he was just a true leader. But we never really used him under that since the owners came in.
Mm-hmm.
Because this was the last like reminiscent like of true baller, has a winning mentality, knows what it takes to get the job done. So that's gonna be a big piece missing in the locker room. But what hurts more is that, like as you mentioned, 2008. This one is like for me growing up watching this just incredible player, how far he's developed, and when he's going to go, I think he was back to Brazil. I think it was to Flamengo, or Fluminense. I can't remember which one. But anyways, when that happens, you know that they're at the last. I mean, either way, he's turning 40, but he's got like 1, maybe 2 years left in the tank before he calls it a day, hangs up his boots. And it's just yeah, growing up with a player like that, seeing them retire, it hurts in the childhood. Right here, it's. But yeah, big piece that's gonna be missing at Chelsea, as you mentioned, the wife Belle Silva. Man, she was an ambassador for the club already, speaking what we all were all thinking when the whole ownership that needs to change, something needs to happen, because this is whatever they've been trying to implement for the past 2 years now has not been working. And so she made it known. Her and then their sons playing for Chelsea in the youth squad. That family through and through what is Chelsea, and even though they were only here for 4 years, it felt like they were. It's almost to the respect that it's like Terry Lampard. It's like they love the club that much. They bleed blue, and how I think it was that Silva was only supposed to be here for 1 year when he joined Chelsea, ended up staying for an extra 3, and it goes to show what the club meant to him. And I think Tuchel was also part of that because, as you mentioned, the PSG ties, they both came on over and did what they couldn't at PSG and won the Champions
Well, the
League.
thing is, that was the funniest thing is you mentioned actually because that's the first thing I remember about that Champions League final, because if you remember when Thiago was injured and he came off the bench, he went onto the bench, sorry, and he tried to do that little jog he did before he dropped on his knees. But I like the fact that the very first person he gave a big kiss to was Thomas Tuchel, because you could tell both of them were close. You can. Jordan, in terms of later on being a moderator, maybe when my channel gets bigger, bro. That might be like, yeah, I'll take you up on it then. But I've only got 160 subscribers odd. Like maybe in the future. Maybe in the future. Besides Mama Flossie, my missus, they're my moderators, and I think that's enough. Like I do appreciate the offer though. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Jordan's a good guy, and
he is. By the way, Jordan, how are you feeling about what happened on the weekend, man? Like, do you guys think you're completely out of the title race now? Can Man United, Man City, and Liverpool, Arsenal, sorry, completely collapse? Who knows? Who knows, bro?
Well,
DJ Crane.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, no, sorry, DJ Crane. He's jumped in the back. He's in backstage, but it just says device not connected. Oh,
Crane comes. This is special. This is a big day.
Oh, is it? Yeah, man. Hey, bro, chuck me something like Henny if he pops
exactly. On. I'm making a. Hopefully, what I can order at the bar if we win on Thursday, I'm gonna order the Hennessy. I'm gonna order the Hennessy a la Spurs. Let's make it a double.
A la Spurs.
We did the job around in 3-point lane. I don't care if it's 2 red cards. Blame your players on that for their stupidity.
Yeah. Sorry, back to Thiago Silva. Sorry.
Nothing. I think what I was just going to say. The last thing was just to Jordan. Like I don't even. Not that I don't care about if Spurs, if Liverpool are even out of it. I want to know what's going on between Klopp and Salah. Is it because he put him on the bench and now he's asking for him to try to get us the result? I don't know, but that wow, what a farewell tour. Even the people in the megabus in this farewell tour is already showing animosity to the main show, to the main attraction. But it's we'll see what happens. We'll see if they get the Arnie slot.
Oh, there he is. Hang on.
The Crane, we're not worthy. We're not worthy.
I have to because he's my elder wolf, so I've got to do all this shit. Like, we suck. Do the Wayne's vote. We suck. We suck. We're not worthy. Oh, they got DJ Crane in the building. What are you saying, brother?
Yeah, what's up, guys? What's up, Wolfie, JPT? It's a pleasure.
Yeah, it is. Making his full debut, man. Full debut.
Making my debut.
Bro, great that, bro. Can you see the grin on my face? I've never thought I'd be so happy for a man to drop in. Pause. Hey, yo, rewind that bit and let me edit it out later. No, I'm only joking. Welcome, man. Welcome, brothers. It's an absolute privilege.
Yes,
absolute privilege.
The Blues Brothers.
Bro, it's happy. I just heard. Didn't you say JPT? He's popped the Hennessy for you, bro. He's popped the Hennessy.
Yeah, I heard that.
That's it. Hang on 1 minute. Anthony Hibbert in the building. How you doing, sir? Big up, Wolfie. Just woke up, fell asleep in my tractor. It's dark and I can't see fuck all.
Oh man, this man in his tractor.
Oh no! The tractor bit I got, but I didn't expect to hit it's dark and I can't see fuck all. I wasn't ready for that one. I'm not gonna lie. Big up Anthony Hibbert in the building. You need to come on one day, Anthony, again, man. Damn, it'd just be too funny with you around. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I split a rib. Oh, you know when you laugh awkwardly. Oh, but anyway. So, big up Tony, DJ Crane in the building. Let me just quickly ask you as well, right? Thiago Silva, he's announced like he's going to be leaving Chelsea. Now, as someone who isn't a Chelsea fan, please give me an outside take on what Thiago Silva comes across to, let's say, like an Arsenal fan, because obviously you're an Arsenal fan. So tell me your take on someone like Thiago Silva. What does he look like to other fans?
Well, to me, Silva, he's one of the greats of the game. As a defender.
Here.
hands down, yeah, everybody talks about, VVD, everybody talks about the modern bowlers, Saliba right now, Gabrielle, but they're levels below what Silva is in the game and what he means in the game. You know, from AC Milan to Chelsea and everything that he has done for you guys with trying to help your younger people develop.
Mm-hmm.
But it sucks that they can't stay fit. If they would have stayed fit, they would have been
Yeah.
a lot more from Silva.
You know what? That's actually a very beautiful point you've just made. The other actual Chelsea players have skipped a beat in terms of they've all been so badly injured. None of them have actually been on the field to learn from the guy, and they could all learn from that guy. He's a true winner. He's a true winner. And the thing is, when you look at PSG, say their original like bounces across Europe and how far when they got to the Champions League final, you know what I mean? He was a big part of that PSG. He was their captain. So, and the fact that the guy actually took not being captain the whole time he was at Chelsea, maybe on occasion he was given the armband, but that guy, to be honest, he's one of those guys. If he plays, he's captain for me because he's just on that kind of level. But you know, all time great. What can you say? All time great.
One of the all-time greats. Yeah, he always brought out the best of his center back partner. You can't deny that.
Yeah.
But I mean, if he played his last game, yeah, it's a sad story. But to have that longevity in the game that he has,
Mm-hmm.
a defender, only the greats can do that. And by
Very
that,
true.
he's 40 years old. So who played at 40 years old? Zanetti, Maldini,
Van der Sar.
Nesta, Van der Sar.
Oh yeah, Nesta.
So he's up there with the elite world class players of all time. And it's just a sad story that if it's come to an end, it's come to an end. But hey, that's football, right?
Mm-hmm. Andy. Hey, I tell you what, if I can get
nice.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. I tell you what, if I can get this guy on, because I'll tell you what, there's one little question I want to ask because I tried to get a Man United Oris on there as well, and I tried to get Andy on early, but hang on, let me see if I can. I'm gonna bang the link in the chat, Andy, because I want to ask you something, and I want everyone else's take on this as well. So I'm gonna whack the link in the chat. If you want to jump in, please feel free, and I'll ask the boys in a second. But let's just quickly deal with the Aston Villa game. Thoughts, JP? Tell me about what you thought of that first half, and I'll ask the master of the crane in a minute. Giggity.
Crane style.
You know what I mean? Crane style, bruv. Karate Kid settings, mate. Mr. Miyagi is in the building.
This for you, Pat.
No mercy, hunk.
Yeah, sure, you're not drinking Henny yourselves, man, because y'all sounding really funny. Oh man.
I'm still in a dry spell, man. 14 days to go. 14 days.
14 days to go. Hey man, if you're around Virginia Beach come June 1st, come on over to Virginia Beach. There's a margarita festival after my wedding. Whoever's going is going straight there. Please come through if you can. I'll pay for your gas if you can.
Virginia Beach, June 1st. The date.
All right, I'll leave the missus. She'll be busy, schmoozing with her bridal party.
It's a date. It's a date.
I'll be with the important people.
It's a date. Pause.
Oh, fuck a pause. We're gonna go all night drinking.
All right then.
Not
Not the all night drinking. The part before that. That sounds amazing. Says Rosie.
Yeah,
that sounds amazing. And agrees.
To answer your question, Wolf, man, and that first half was just embarrassing. We stats wise, you can say like for I think the first 15 minutes, Villa was just hammering us down, but then most of the for the rest of the half, it was Chelsea in favor of possession. I don't give a fuck about possession. We just looked unorganized. Of course, the own goal always has to be a comedic type of goal. Happy Gilmore style, ball bouncing everywhere and finds the back of the net off of Kukurea.
Find your happy place.
Yeah, there's no happy place. Can I go back to pre-Ukraine Russia war. That would be my happy place. But it's but yeah, and of course, so we conceded in the first 4 minutes, I believe, so faster than the Arsenal game when they took the lead, and then we finished the half worse than the Arsenal game because he got a second by Morgan F. and Rogers, the guy that's ironically enough came, I think it was from Middlesbrough, where he got the goal in the I think was it the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup where they got the first leg over us and then second leg we just battered them up.
No, wasn't that? No, that was the FA Cup when you knocked them out the FA Cup. When we knocked them out 2-0.
Yeah, 2-0.
Or was it 3-2? I can't remember. We knocked them out of a cup though.
It was like 5-1 aggregate.
No, but the thing is, that's Middlesbrough. You're thinking of.
Wasn't he not Middlesbrough?
I'm not sure. I'll have to go back and look. That feels like a long time ago, bro. And big up Andy Bell. How you doing?
Big up, lads. It's all right, JP.
Big up, Andy.
Sorry, man. I was not quick choking there.
All right, Tony. My missus has said, "Can't believe DJ Crane is on your show. It's nice to hear him. I'm as chuffed as you are." I ain't chuffed. The bastard's got seniority in me now. Like I can't really do.
Hey, I'm only 12. Don't forget that.
Pause.
Yo. Careful,
Hey,
man.
whoa.
Space forever.
You know what I mean? P. Diddy sittings. Papa
He
Diddy
said,
pop
he
sittings,
said
mate.
you're 12, I'm 12. That's what man said.
Right. So, hang on. So, let's just quickly get through this for the game. So, right.
Yeah.
So, we can agree that the first half of that game was poor. Andy, Tony, did you guys watch the Chelsea game? The first half?
Majority of. Not all.
What's your thoughts on it? And I'll start off with Andy as well. Big up, Andy. Welcome, my brother.
Big up, lads. You're same problems you've had all season. You're too inconsistent. Not just different games, but in game as well. I mean, Villa deserved to be ahead. You just got back into the game and kind of didn't really put your foot on the throat at all, did you? In my opinion. No. I didn't see us winning the game even when it got to 2-2. Although you should have. Was it that game? I think you should have had a penalty.
Which part?
I think it was that game. Or was that no, sorry, I'm thinking of the Man City game. Tottenham game, sorry. I'm thinking of the Spurs game. But I just didn't see his beating Villa. You just got back in the game and I don't think he's believed that you were going to go on and win the game.
Well, the thing is, I know there was that big hoo-ha, right, going on to the second half. But I want to save that incident, whether the goal should have stood or not at the end with 3-2. I'll come on to that. But one thing I will say, I was doing the watch along for that. And I have to say, the second half, it was like, why didn't they play like this in the fucking first?
Yeah, too inconsistent, man.
The one time we played actually better in the second half. Not many games we can actually see.
The thing is, I think it's JP. We never even had that 20-minute spell in the second half. And I think we just did it in the first half instead. Like when we just fell apart completely and then just somehow put it back together. We just weren't back. Unlike the Arsenal game where they had to be honest, we played against Villa kind of like how Spurs played against Arsenal. It was just mistake after mistake after mistake we made, and they just punished us like in this case only 2 times. But it was good enough, low enough where we could get ourselves out of it in the second half. And I do mean the phrase "get ourselves out of it" because it was absolutely horrible. Rangers had an ugly win at the weekend. Says Rosie. Okay. At least
I missed all that Scottish football.
But yeah. So just quickly, DJ Crane, what's your thoughts on the first half of that Chelsea game? Just quickly, just to round it off.
Which one? The Villa game?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Crap. It was kind of like watching Spurs yesterday.
There you go.
But then again, Villa the second half was like watching Spurs yesterday. For whatever reason, if Chelsea could have their defense like Villa has theirs, you guys would probably be up fighting for the third or fourth.
They were so organized. They were so well disciplined.
Because Villa 2-0 up, it's a guarantee it's going to end in a draw or Villa's going to lose. That's the one thing I've always noticed about Villa this entire season. Villa goes 2-0 up, they either draw or lose.
Yeah,
It comes down to Chelsea. If Chelsea can get their defense, if they would have been able to have their defense the way Villa has their defense this year, you guys would have been up there. But for me, Chelsea has the right ingredients as long as they can get their defense tight together going into next season.
we agree with that because that's been me and JPT's graph all season. Right, all the injuries that remain and most of the other like niggles are all with our defenders and
Yeah.
Chilwell's, you know.
Yeah, and of course the club captain Reece James, he can't stay fit for what, half a game.
Yeesh!
Here's
Yeah,
a question for you guys. It's a bit of a worrying one for you as well when you think of the money that you spent. How many of them Villa players would get in that Chelsea team?
what fully
Ollie
fit?
Watkins,
Fully
sure.
fit. Ollie
So
Watkins.
if you look at the 22 players that played yesterday on the benches, how many changes would you have had to make to let Villa players get in your side?
Well, the thing is, when you actually look at the squad that we put out against Villa, well, if it was to be God's back honest, if everyone was fit, I'd say at least 3 or 4 of those players ain't even playing.
Granted.
Oh, like I will say this because the thing is, and Andy, I do hear what you're saying about right. You wouldn't take many players out of the Chelsea team to put into the Villa team, and I would agree with that assessment. But the funny thing is, with us, it's deceptive because one thing comes with consistency is having a set team week in, week out. And the thing is, that's never happened at Chelsea. And I think one of the big problems where it has happened in terms of there's been the same set three. I've never seen a Chelsea season in my life where we've only used 3 midfielders. Enzo, Concedo, and Connor. No others. Forget Lavia. Never even started a match. Chuameka, injury prone. What's the other one? The French guy.
Uwachuku.
Or Chuku. Like, is he even at the club?
Then we still got Santos to consider. Who else is out on loan?
Casady, he's hardly starting a match since he come back since Christmas when they called him back off alone. He's not even starting a match either, as far as I know. So it's one of those ones
Came
where
on the other night, and he came on the game before that as well, didn't he?
yeah, when he came on, but he still hasn't started.
No, I think Lavia started a League Cup game or something, didn't he? That's it.
He came in.
Game, that was it.
I think he started one league game and he came off after 30 minutes.
Yep.
So it was
50 million for.
It was It would be nice to have our squad, and I must admit, I would actually put my arm around Andy because I know when it's another team. If I can say there's another team that was suffering with their squad depth, Newcastle.
Yeah.
And the thing is, one thing about it is that we have depth. It's just on the injury table. So it's just one of those ones where it's not really depth then, is it? You know what I mean?
I'll be honest, the last 2 games, the Palace game especially, we had depth on the bench to a degree, and we never bothered really until too late in the game. And then he decides to bring on defeatist substitutions once we went 2-0 down. So sometimes it's shit or bust. Sometimes it's best not to have anything on the bench, and then you've got no other choice than to go with what you've got. I say that very reluctantly, only because we've had no other choice this season. But no, I get what you're saying. I mean, you look at the talent you've got. That's not even really been mentioned much this season. I mean, in Cuckoo, we were expecting him to light up the Premier League this season. How many minutes has he played? I bet it's probably 200 and something, if that.
He's never started a match. Lavia has never started a match and seen it through. And Cuckoo's never started a match and seen it through. I don't think Chilwell or Reece James, come to mention it, have done either. Forget Wesley Ford, Mr. Glass himself. Wesley Ford. Oh no, forget him. He's not. He might not even be back at the beginning of next season. That guy's a write-off, man. They should just terminate his contract. Oh dear!
We haven't been a single minute in a season. We have a right to void and terminate your contract.
I'm not being funny. I'm not being funny. I have to say that Wesley Fofana deal makes the Harry Maguire deal look shrewd. That's how bad. That's how bad it is. I'm not being funny. He's one of the best defenders in the league. Yeah, for Leicester. Yeah, and when we get him every time, he reminds me of the T-1000 from Terminator when he's melting and he's trying to walk through the carbon, when he's freezing and and bits are breaking off. that is what Wesley Fofana reminds me. The T1000 breaking apart. It's just no.
Could it be a little bit of a situation where a young player has been given far too much too early, and the hunger's not there to come back from the injuries, possibly?
I'll tell you what. One thing I will say. What you said about hunger. Now, one thing I will say, which is a kind of nice little story that's happened at Chelsea that not many people have acknowledged. The resurrection of Trevor Chalobah. Because one thing about it, when this guy was talking about getting fit, oh yeah, we were going to bang him out the door in January. I'm not being funny. It's also crazy that we're getting rid of Thiago Silva because our defense actually looks better with him and Chalobah partnered in the middle.
I think Chalobah's never let you down, to be honest. Majorly.
Either, and he's one of those ones that he's going to. Conor Gallagher. Why is it we're talking about getting rid of the homegrown talent that are doing bits for us? That's the other thing about the news. Like, Conor Gallagher's going to get shipped out the door. Like, Trevor Chalobah's going to get out the door. It's just like,
If we were to sign Trevor Chalobah, okay, it's not ideally what I would like in Newcastle, but I wouldn't be disgruntled by it.
Sorry.
I get it, but we see what this ownership in the board are doing with these homegrown players because the likes of Matson's already, it's almost guaranteed he's going to go to Germany.
Lewis Hall to Newcastle. He's already confirmed gone, isn't he? So, like,
Broja is almost guaranteed as well. Either way, I mean, we're talks for another striker, and even if we were not to somebody, he's going to be competing with the returning or possibly returning Dasher Fofana. Chalobah, the two players that would actually give a damn in our defense and would actually fight through and through for the badge are the ones who are. One is already confirmed that's going to be gone, and one I won't be surprised if it's sold. And then,
meaning Maddison and Trevor Chalobah, by the way, in case you're not up to date.
Yeah, but also Silva leaving at the end of the season as well. So, but I wanted to see this too, Wolf especially. What do you think if Connor were to be sold? Would you not care? Would you want him to stay? Because maybe you're saying Caicedo and Connor connection. I don't know.
Well, to be honest, and I've always said this, if you're going to get rid of, and I know Andy will back me up for this already, right? If you are going to get rid of Connor, who, to be honest, out of our midfield trio, has probably been the best of the three, it's very, very, very hard to say you're going to get rid of the only guy that's probably doing bits for you. And I'm not being funny. Like, when you look at that finish, I think Connor deserves it. He needs better competition. See if he thrives in that atmosphere first, if he improves. Because I know Andy will, but I've always been a preacher of if you're going to buy someone, get someone in like Kefren Turam, someone that's versatile, can bomb up and down the pitch, someone who's strong, who can pass, who has an eye for getting forward. Like, I always, because I know he can be Vieira-like, but he can be a bit Pogba-like.
He competes, doesn't he? Regardless if he's having a bad game, he competes.
Well, I'll tell you what, Andy, you know what? Yeah, this is one of my mates said this the other day, and I didn't quite believe him at first, and I thought about it. But Kefren Turam reminds me a lot of Yaya Toure. And I was just like, you know what? Their physique, the way they move is sort of similar, but player-wise, obviously there's a big difference between Yaya Toure and Kefren Turam. But he's got a good name, and obviously he's coming from a family because Marcus Thuram's a baller. Lily, if you don't know who Lily Thuram is, boy, where have you been for the last 30 years? So
he's got all the physical attributes that Yaya Toure had. I mean, the only thing I would say about Yaya Toure was, for me, he's probably the most. And I'm including any midfielder in any era of the Premier League. He could do things that none of the others could do. Literally just take the game by the scruff of the neck, arch people off the ball, run past through and stick one in the top corner from 20 yards, or even just batter his way through and blitz people, put the afterburners on and ta-da, see you later. And if he didn't want to do that and he wanted to just get the ball and have his back to the ball, you're not getting the ball off him.
Bro, him and Aguero were the reason why City became winners. Because I'm not being funny. Because one thing, Silva. One thing I will say, he because of his Valencia ties, but they weren't really winners at the time. They were good players. Don't get me wrong, like Silva's, the Matters, obviously that came to us. But I think because he was, like you just said, Andy, he was that give me the fucking ball type player. I'll put it in the back of the net sort of guy. He had the power, he had the strength, he had the technical ability. He weren't bad in the air, you know what I mean? Like, he was a good player.
You could play him anywhere, couldn't you?
You could. And yeah, and you can play him as a DM, centre forward, attacking midfielder, and he'd do a great job at all of it. Got a bit lucky against us 1 or 2 times, like tackling back in the box against us in Stamford Bridge in 2009. But other than that,
yeah, the game at St James's, I was there, and he was unplayable, like literally unplayable.
I'll tell you what, him and Dreco, when they both went to City, I was pissed because I knew they would do bits for them. I was like, shit, I wish we bought those 2 guys. You know what I mean? Like, shut up, DJ Crane. No one else.
No, I hadn't been to a game for about. I remember I was going quite regularly at the time, and I hadn't been for about a year. I think we got an early goal, and then your Toure kind of just woke up, and then the game it was non-league against Premier League at that point.
3-5 thumb. I smelled the blood of a toonman. You're arisen. No, he was a good player. Right, but going back to the Chelsea game, because I want to quickly. The second half, right? Obviously, Chelsea came back. They played a bit more like the real Chelsea, if there is such a thing. Let me ask you, and let's just get straight to the point. I want to have everyone's viewpoint on the disallowed goal, and I'll start off with DJ Crane on this one. Right, what do you reckon? Foul or a legitimate goal ruled off? Did you see it?
Honestly, right now with the way the refs are going, the game's not being viewed by the referee. It's being viewed by VAR.
Mm-hmm.
So simple as it doesn't matter if it was a foul on the field. It was ruled what it was ruled by VAR. And that's all I can say about it, man. The game has changed so much, which is why for me, it just look over the last 2 weeks. Everything that VAR has called, starting with your game in the FA, in the FA Cup semifinal. And then with the disallowed goal by how does Jez put it? If JPT wears a size 8 and Andy wears a size 9, it's ruled off. It's ruled offside.
Yeah, the toe thing last week. Yeah, that's true.
The whole toe thing. Right? So right now, for me, that whole call, everything, Chelsea should have won the game, to be honest with you.
They're also drawing lines from random places in random games. I've seen times where they've drawn the line from the shoulder line, other times from the foot. When they're leaning forward, it's like, hang on, where are you drawing the line from? It's as if, well, it suits Man United on this occasion, so we're going to draw it on. You know,
that's one issue. The second issue is when they have all the reviews, right? What are they reviewing? Are they reviewing that the player's offside? Are they reviewing a foul? Are they reviewing if the player made contact with the other player that drew the foul?
Well, normally they tell you on the screen in the stadium. They tell you, it comes up on the screen what they tell. But sometimes it's a bit confusing what they're actually checking. Because when you look at
it's how do I explain? With the whole Chelsea thing versus Man City, it was supposed to be a handball, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're not reviewing just if it was a handball. They were reviewing the foul that led up to that.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it's a clear handball that bounces off a Man City player that goes out. Should have been a corner kick.
Yeah, we didn't even get a corner. Yeah, didn't even get that.
What is VAR doing?
Exactly. Well, that's confused. Yeah, because that actually messes everything. I hate that creates even more confusion because if you've given the corner. Or like, at least you could say, all right, he didn't mean the handball, blah, blah, blah. But the fact of it just bounced. And how can you not? You can clearly see it. You have to give something.
Yeah.
Change trajectory. I don't get how that's not even like as you mentioned. How is that not a corner? Fine, don't give us the penalty for the handball. But you're saying by saying it's a goal kick, it just defied physics or defied logic and just I'm just gonna go underneath the arm and somehow just go for it.
What the thing is, this is it. To do something, whether it had been a corner or a penalty, would have been fine. At least you've done something. But to do nothing, that was a bit. Because literally, because that's the thing about that man, that we blatantly got robbed. Not for the first time against City, but we blatantly got robbed, and you just get told, get on with it. It's all right, no problem.
But the rob, phrasing has been used a lot.
Yeah, or for example, the City game. versus Everton. 3 clear penalties, right? If the player gets clipped and he goes down and is clear contact, if it's not a penalty, then it's considered diving.
Yeah,
right?
that which normally meant you got a booking for simulation.
Exactly, for simulation. So why is it that in some games it's applicable, but in some other in the other games it's not?
The one I
Yeah.
had to laugh at yesterday, can I just add? Apparently, I can't remember his name, but the referee that did the Arsenal Tottenham games, apparently England's #1 referee, he's standing 6 foot away when Declan Rice kicks
him in the balls.
in the bollocks in the back of the leg. How is he not? I get that he's back, but his foot comes up through the gap of two of his legs. He nearly dislocates his testicles and sends them into orbit.
Andy, you know why?
Fucking hell, have you not seen that?
Andy, you know why? It's because they were drawing the lines. They were trying to see where the testicle was and then the tip of the boot was at. So they're like, no, just underneath the line.
As you can see on the replay, you can see as the boot makes contact with the hair of his left testicle.
Oh, yes.
Oh, dear. My missus says they need to be consistent throughout every game. Yes, darling, that's the problem. In the sense of what, as DJ Crane just said, one interpretation for one game is different for another interpretation, and I'm going to get onto that myself in a second. But yeah, so you reckon that should have been a goal then? That foul, a foul instead of a foul. Sorry, that Chelsea winner. You reckon that was ruled up?
The bookies foul.
All right.
Just put it that way, because if Villa would have won that game, they're not too far away from Liverpool. And if Villa wins their remaining games, they'll finish above Liverpool.
Hang on. 1 second. Anthony says, I was playing last week and the ref said I was offside. It was freezing cold and my nipples were erect. I said, that's...
The problem is VAR isn't a problem. It's the idiot behind the wheel that's the problem.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, here you go. Steps is just exactly that was beautifully timed. Refs are very inconsistently giving bookings for simulation. Yes, that's because each interpretation of the ref is different to the other. There's no set format that everyone has to follow. Big up, Mel, in the building. I hope you're feeling well.
Melina, all right.
Mel. Melina, my love, how are you?
Right, there you go. Ouchie. Well, ouchie from Stepsy, meaning the kick in the testicles. Maybe
even my daughter turned on and looked at me with a scrunched face and went, "Oh, I bet that hurt." So when a woman's saying that's going to hurt, you know.
That's one of those ones back in the day. You used to have like a proper like woo sound when you got kicked in the ding dang. Trust me.
Wait, so,
all right.
So the referee, just to answer the one thing, or ask one thing. So this referee, Michael Oliver, is the best official in England.
Apparently.
Wow.
But if you get kicked,
he's FIFA's pick, isn't he, for the Euros?
Oh, that's it. That says it all. FIFA, a dodgy bunch.
Or UEFA or whoever it was. I've read it somewhere. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that was they're taking someone else as an official and him as a referee.
Wow. Okay. Well, I just wanted it was going to either be
there you go, mate.
Tierney or Mike Dean, but I think either way,
GPT. Don't worry. When you find out where they studied it, it was the Sam Allardyce School of Football. Don't worry, I can get you around the rules. No worries. Rest in pieces. Right. So let me move. So DJ Crane says nay. Right, let me move on to Andy. So, do you reckon that was a foul, or do you reckon that was rightly ruled out?
It was a foul in the build-up, in my opinion.
I second that. I'll give my and what is that? Just a foul? Nothing else?
I'll be honest. I remember it very vaguely, so I couldn't really go into much detail of it. But I definitely remember afterwards them speaking about it, and they had a couple of examples afterwards of similar games where similar things have happened. And the game's been pulled back. So, in my opinion, there was a build-up. It was a foul.
All right, I'll back onto what Andy said, but pause. But I'm going to ask JPT what he thinks first. What do you think? Foul or should have been given?
By rule, it was a shove in the back, and it had been shoulder, then a whole different story. But you can argue. I mean, it goes to show that Robert was just on the mind of everybody because I think before this game, but yeah, before that game, it was the women's Champions League game versus Barca, where that one was a robbery. I don't care what anyone says. That was just poor officiating on their side. But that's why
robberies against Barcelona. No.
Yeah, first time, right?
Guns,
men's
man.
and women.
There's no controversy with Barcelona.
It's okay. They'll pull another lever. Just go out.
You know what I mean?
You
want to talk about dodginess? They should have been done by FFP by now as well. Mad.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, no foul.
No foul.
No, sorry. Excuse me. Foul.
No goal.
The call was correct.
He meant to say like Jose. He meant no, but no goal. But yeah, I'm fully in agree with the boys there, right? In terms of it, you see Badashil, like he looked at him like, "Why you?" then like went boom, and he's back. You know what I mean? You got like not with the tip of his elbow, but you can't foul anyone in the box and expect to get away with it. But I do want to know though how they can notice our players fouling them in the box, but not when opposition players foul our defenders in the box. Because I go back to the Man City reference, but I'm going to go back to a further back Man City at Stamford Bridge. Erling Haaland is 7.5 million feet tall. Cucurella is about 5'5", and he drags Cucurella out of position. It's not a foul, but when Cucurella drags him back, it's a penalty. Yeah. So, like my missus said, and everybody else has said, consistency.
Protect the stars. I don't want to bring it. I don't want to bring in like And I'm
Newcastle with a back.
PSG.
PSG blatantly getting a penalty they shouldn't have got.
In your best mate at Talksport, Mr. Kundi, Newcastle's bottled the group, blah blah blah. How many of them made it to the latter stages of and then you get robbed like that? I mean, you get dickheads like that on Talksport getting paid.
No, look, you got Talksport and you got Talk shit, all right?
He's the worst on the TV, worst on the radio. How he's got a job talking about football. He should.
Nobody likes
it. No.
Wait, on this, right? On this about the nobody. The only time, right, European people didn't like English teams is back in the 80s and the 70s when, let's be honest, Liverpool and a few other clubs went out into Europe and literally smashed up their towns. Now, I'm not sure if you're aware of football hooliganism, but it did actually originate in England, and that was part of it. So it's two of one half, and that's why if you actually go back into history, like all European competitions in England were banned. Was it for 3 years, Andy? Again, was it 3 years? 3 years?
Yeah, it'd been just before I was born. I think it was 82 to 85 or something.
Yeah. Literally every single English team was banned from Europe. It didn't matter what level. You weren't getting in it. You're the bad English person. So that's where that sort of thing comes from. But big up, remember, there's truth to what Stepsy says, but you have to put it into context. But big up for Stepsy for bringing that up because that is true. And unfortunately,
there's players the other day stopping games because they're getting racially abused, but no punishments. It's an absolute joke. Hats off to Nico Williams as well for actually pointing it out.
Oh, big up to him.
It's okay, Andy. What they're gonna do is that they're gonna wear an armband and then take a knee.
Oh, I know. They're taking knees.
It's like they did it for the culture. I'm tired of it. It's like we already know awareness, but what are you guys gonna do about it? Nothing.
The thing that gets me is sorry to interrupt you, mate. There, if you're gonna have a pop at somebody on a football pitch, get a little bit more creative than just the fact that the skin color is different to yours.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If someone calls me a dickhead or something on a football pitch or a pool table or whatever, and later on we'll have a bit of banter about it. But
yeah,
do you know what I mean?
I tell you what, you want to know that? Right? Okay, this is what you know that sums up the hypocrisy in England for me, right? And this is right. Okay, English people, I'm talking to you guys now, right? Okay, I'm not sure how much our American viewers might know, but in the BBC over here, they made a program called Doctor Who. You guys have heard of it, right? Now listen to this. They made Doctor Who a woman, so they didn't have to make him black, only to go back on themselves about 2 years later because the person they cast as the woman didn't actually know shit about what she was doing. Now, they could have hired another lady and been hugely successful, but it's just happened the person that they hired didn't give a shit about the show. She got it for another reason, not the fact that she cared. So it's one of those. And Andy, did that not happen? Did that not actually happen? Did you see that? Here you go, Rosie, 100%.
Yeah.
I remember. There you go. It's one of those crazy ones that.
Here's another one for you. Has anyone ever watched Jonathan Pye?
Yes.
That's not for me.
Comedian. He did a year and a half ago. He did a video. It was going on about just entitlements and things like that, and how society's getting weak. There was a critic wrote they were going to make a new movie of To Kill a Mockingbird, and they put a screen test out. And the reviewers said it had unnecessary racist subjects. That's the whole point of the movie.
What's an unnecessary racist subject?
Exactly. So the whole story, I'm sure everyone knows about To Kill a Mockingbird. It's where a black man's accused of rape, blah, 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 etc., etc. Now, what they're saying is this derogatory racist tone in the movie. Well, yeah, because that's the whole point of the movie, to bring
to light. Yeah, that's the point. You can't expose something, be like, you know what? They're not very nice people. You have to explain why they're not nice.
You'll have to watch the video if you go on his YouTube.
Old school. If you want to watch an old school film, British film that has that sort of point in it, watch Scum. It's on YouTube. You can watch.
Yeah, Scum. Yeah,
right, Scum. When the way. Okay, I'm not gonna say it out loud, but everything was you in that movie. If you watch that movie, you want to see racial undertones in your face. Yeah, watch Scum. That is a good film, and believe it or not, when you hear that kind of violence or language, you expect it to be bloody like adults. These guys are only like 16, 17 in Scum. It's that movie's different.
Like, can you imagine trying to make the film A Time to Kill now? You wouldn't be able to do it.
Dude,
there's a lot of films that if you were trying to make a remake, which is what
everyone else is trying to do, yeah, exactly.
It's funny now because what they were trying to ban before is not what they're trying to push. How you said that they didn't want to cast a black man. Now it's like we have to make this person black, a woman, gay, disabled, any type of minority.
If you're actually doing it like that, then you're actually more false, because you're actually only doing it because you've been called out on it. So now you look plastic. So you know what I mean? Like, and the thing is, right? Yeah, you know what I mean? Because it's funny how the tables are turned. Because you look at something like Disney. Now, I'm not being funny. I watched, right? I'm not being disrespectful, right? When I see Black Panther merchandise like being as part of the Marvel thing. And I kind of think about it, right? I've been collecting Marvel comics since like the early 90s, late 90s, right? And I knew about Black Panther for ages ago. But the funny thing is, the way the hype about something, a concept that's like 30, 40 years old already, it's like, why do things need to be mainstreamed before they're appreciated? You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's not commercialized and pumped out in your face, it's not relevant. So it's one of those. And now you see, it's Black Panther the TV. And the thing is, I'm not being disrespectful to Disney either. Walt Disney was a Nazi collaborator. It's a proven fact.
Yeah.
He funded the Nazis. Now, the idea that a Jew teaches a black person to appreciate a black superhero is kind of nonsensical to me. So, and that's not a racist comment to anyone, by the way. That's actually a truth when you look at it, because because all Hollywood is now is run by if you know, I'm not going to get too political into this, but if you know what you should know about Hollywood, then you know what I'm saying already. So I'm never going to make it to Hollywood, so I don't give a shit if I upset them. You know what I mean? I had my chance and I blew it. There you go. There you go. His real name is Tommy Walker. He's from Philly, says Ro. All right, no problem. But you know what I mean? It's weird, because what Andy was saying, and everyone's been pointing out with the VAR, it's one of those ones that is so mind-bogglingly obvious that you've made a mistake. How did you end up even making that mistake in the first place? Here we go. Now,
wait, what are we talking about?
There you go. Like one of my conversations, all people pointed back to look like. There you go. But the thing is, the reason why I pointed those sort of things out is because one thing about the movies we've just mentioned, a lot of it was behind closed doors. But with VAR, it's so in your face. How do you not notice? Like the penalty decision that DJ Crane referred to with the handball, that's just ridiculous. But now I want to go back to another footballing subject, back to the football. And the reason why I wanted Oris here, and I wanted obviously Andy here, because there's a race for despite the title race and all the hype around the title race, there is actually a race for European football amongst a lot of us, isn't there?
Not that you would hear about it on Sky Sports.
No, you wouldn't hear about. Well, I'm not being funny. That's because they're just trying to pump out. Over to you, City. Over to you, Arsenal. Over. Yeah. Oh, I was going to say over to you, Liverpool, but what can I say? What? Over to you, Liverpool. Literally one of those ones. But yeah,
it's funny that things got stolen in Liverpool in a derby. I mean, that's all I'm saying.
Everton robbed them of something. I'll tell you that. I have to say, can you imagine how sweet that must have felt for the Arsenal? The Everton fans though, to put in a stiff and to absolutely.
That's a 9-pointer, isn't it, for them?
Yeah, just to absolutely put that nail in that coffin that you're never winning the title this season. Bang. Yeah, and
just when Declan Rice thought he'd give the biggest kick in the bollocks this weekend, he didn't.
I'm taking a minute to enjoy that one. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Was that a Declan Rice boot or was that an Everton boot? I'm not sure. Yeah, but there is a race for Europe and it's pretty much between. Oh, big up. I was just about to mention it. Here you go. Steph can take the place for United because obviously she's a United fan. There's a European race on right now between United, Chelsea, West Ham, obviously Newcastle. Now, I want the Arsenal man's view first. I'll big up Steph. Hope you're doing well, honey. The effing royal family. I'm not going to go there, but DJ Crane, give me your take on this European race, and then I'm going to ask obviously Andy, and then obviously JPT when he returns. He's probably gone off to get more Hennessy.
Exactly.
There you go.
5 o'clock somewhere.
You know what I mean? 5 o'clock. Well, it is probably 5 o'clock for him actually. But yeah, DJ Crane, tell me, who do you think is going to make Europe out of? Because there's 3 places. Everyone can honestly say the Champions League spots are pretty much. I think Villa have done enough because I think that pie-in that Arsenal gave Spurs yesterday is pretty much nailed them because they're going to play us next, and hopefully we're going to nail them as well. But I want to talk about that later because hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll have Deji on this week.
Speaking of Deji, he says that there's no real trophy that's important nowadays in football.
He's a Spurs fan.
How convenient. Because for them, 4th place is already a trophy in itself.
You know what?
They're the undisputed participation trophy winners.
He doesn't rate trophies, bro. There's no trophy worthy.
Look, they don't even have a listen. Right, Newcastle have a trophy cabinet. Arsenal have a trophy cabinet. Chelsea have a trophy cabinet. Spurs have a trophy shelf. All right, now just leave it at that. They don't. It's not about winning for them. It's about competing for top 4. They've been competing for top 4 for the last 25 years. Yeah. They're happy. They're happy doing what they're doing. I'm not being funny, right? After all the hype with Ange Postecoglou's died down, I'm not being funny. They were better under Conte because at least tactically they were better.
Yeah, I agree that
they get that better. I'm not. That first half. Have you ever seen the Chuckle Vision performance like Spurs in the first half yesterday? It was like to me, to you, to me, to you, to me. I don't know.
I'm sure you keep saying I can't understand this. It worked against St. Mirren.
Well, I'm not being funny. It's probably Ange Postecoglou's. What you do, you fucking run up the pitch as fast as you can, lads, as quick as you can. And then when they get the ball, you fucking run back as fast as you can. All right, just move like a koala bear. All right, you get all over him.
For me, as much as they're full of energy, if you look at the ball Havertz plays to Saka, when the ball goes out of Havertz, there's 3 players right next to him. Not one of them engage the ball. All they do is retreat.
Yeah, true. The thing is, they retreat. They don't even retreat in a structure. They just run back.
Yeah, back turned half the time, and get back in your own half. If one of them just stood next to Havertz, he doesn't play that ball.
And he's from South Africa. No, he's from Australia.
Yeah, he's from Australia.
If he was South African, he'd sound more like this, you know. I run down the street.
We need to have Hannah.
I'd wave at the children as they run past. You know, big up to my South African brethren because I know a lot of them. Terence Belelo, you know, Rayo Sanchez. Big up to that guy as well. Beautiful, lovely, great fight. Oh wait, we've got a guest in the bar. Who's just suddenly? Oh, there you go. Better late than never. Prime, are you with us? Prime.
The notorious one is trying to fight the
must
Cut Ties from Diddy.
Baby. All right, sorry. All right, okay. He's not even gonna. I'm taking the piss. Yeah, we know you're taking the piss, but you're taking the piss out of me. I get it. Yeah, well, yeah. If you can get again, Rosie, try and communicate with him because we're failing badly here. I'll wait to see if the mute thing pops off. Right. The race for Europe. So, Tony, DJ Crane, give me your appraisal. Because obviously,
race for Europe right now, at the way I see it, Newcastle's gonna get it.
There he is, notorious. Notorious. Right, I'm gonna bring you in a minute.
Big up, Prime.
Big up, Prime. Welcome.
Big up,
All right, 1 minute. I'm gonna bring you into the convo because I got to play catch up with him in a sec now. Angie's from Ramsey Street.
Well, he didn't meet good neighbours on Sunday, did he?
No, he didn't. Neighbours, everybody needs good neighbours with no understanding. But right, you were saying DJ Crane. Sorry about that. Race for Europe.
Race for Europe. I got a feeling that Newcastle's gonna nick it at the end.
You reckon? Because there's 3 Europa League spots. No, sorry, two Europa League spots and
I think it's just one.
No, 2, isn't it? It's 2 Europa League, isn't it?
What are you going on about?
European finishing spots because there's after the Champions League spot because there's 7 spots in total, isn't there? Because you've got the 4 Champions League ones, you've got the 2 Europa League ones, and the Conference Europa League thing, whatever it's called.
We only get the extra Europa League if.
Wait a minute, wasn't
Villa win the Europa League?
Which they could happen.
Premier League teams?
Sorry, say that again, DJ Crane.
The Champions League with the new format, isn't it 5 Premier League?
No,
teams?
it's going to the Italians.
No, the other, as far as I know. Been a minute, literally. Steph says, big up.
Okay.
Prime. We're gone.
Well, I'm only going with what I know. The top 4 is Champions League, 5th is Europa League, and 6th is Conference League.
That's what I
So
thought.
for me, Newcastle is going to nick United for that 6th spot.
Well, you think, and Spurs will stay where they are, of course, in 5th.
No, Spurs are going to drop.
All right.
It's 7-point lead over us at the moment.
No,
6.
Spurs are going to
Sorry,
drop.
7.
They
But they got to play us next. Bear that in mind.
Spurs have Chelsea, Liverpool,
City.
Yeah, they've got a dirty running actually. Now that I think about it.
So I see United staying where they are, and if anybody's gonna make that Europa League, it's gonna be Newcastle. So
But who've Newcastle?
I mean,
Andy, who have Newcastle?
Spurs are gonna drop. Spurs are definitely gonna drop because if they play the way they played against Arsenal, I can see Chelsea beating them.
We beat them worse than what you did. We put 4 past them, and we only conceded 1. No, we play more in the counter than you do. I think that's probably what.
Yeah. So, but for me, that'll be my 5th and 6th place. It'll be Newcastle United there. But I'm telling you, man, if Chelsea can just work on their defense, keep Cole Palmer fit for the next 5 games.
We are
United for 6th.
Well, Newcastle have Burnley, Brighton, United, and Brentford.
and then Spurs the last game of the season.
Mhm.
No, sorry, that's
at St. James.
just I think if we beat Man United, we beat Burnley. I think we'll probably draw against Brentford away. We'll always slip up there some way, shape, or form. So yeah, I think we could. I think we'll finish above Man U. First time in history in the Premier League.
We've got Tottenham at home next, West Ham after that at home, then we've got Forest away, then we've got Brighton and Bournemouth. Because I think we've got games in hand on everyone as well.
Mhm.
We got 1 on Newcastle, 2 on West Ham, 1 on United, and we've got 2 on Bournemouth, who are just below us as well now. Because we're actually level on points with them.
Just goal differences. So they're going to look at that game to win.
Yeah. Chelsea's not that far off, man.
True, but the thing is though, does anyone genuinely believe that Tottenham can pit Villa though?
No.
No, that's done.
You reckon that's too much? All right, then, no worries. We're still awaiting your stream debut. Yeah, Rosie has been offered to come on this channel more than once, and she's just not ready yet. She's being just stubborn. She just won't do it. I don't know why. I don't know.
Oh.
Why, Sister Ski? Why? I know after being trolled my experience, I'm struggling, but I will. I said to DJ Kane, if he'd done it, I would. So he's laid down the gauntlet. Contender, you will go on my first whistle. Gladiator, you will go on my second whistle.
I forgot about that, Rosie.
Oh, there you go. Oh, you shouldn't have said anything. You got away with it. Never mind.
So next week she's gotta come on.
Yeah, she can do an Eric Cantona impression as well. She does a good Eric.
One thing we have to bear in mind is as well, Fabian Shaw's just come down with a hamstring injury, so we've literally only got 2 fit centre halves now, and one of them is Emil Kraft.
Oh, there you go. Well, hang on. Let's just make it an open conversation. All right. So, Prime, what's your feel? Do you reckon we can make Europe? Prime.
Some way for
Prime. Do you reckon we can make Europe?
What?
Do you think we can make Europe?
No.
Would you like to explain why? Just no.
Not.
You're like the guy in the corner in a party, bro. Get involved.
One game, so they're not making it.
Well, we're only going to win one game, and what game do you reckon that's going to be?
Spurs.
And you reckon we'll lose the rest?
We won't win our other games. We'll just be Spurs.
Okay. Fair enough. Like, what? So, what do you reckon? We're going to stay in 9th or what?
10th.
10th.
Really?
We're going to drop down. All right, cool.
Probably Bournemouth going above us, I'm guessing.
Wow, I'm not being funny. Is anyone else just feeling vibes being killed?
I want to know what's on Prime's telly because he was engrossed in it.
You know what I mean? Turn Pornhub off. Whatever fans only or Pornhub you've got, turn it off. All right. Who's not joking? I'm kidding. Getting my charger. All right, JP.
Is he my only subscriber? I wondered who that was.
No, that's not Prime. That's actually me. Giggity. Sorry. Giggity. Anyway, yeah. All right. So, right, Prime. Back to Prime. Like, do you think what is completely bleak for you? There's no hope.
Yeah, we're not gonna. We would need to win every remaining game, which I don't see that happening.
Right. Okay. At least I'm getting convo out of you. All right. I love your optimism. Right, yeah, all right. I have to say I do agree with him. I can see him losing our away games, but it depends on how fit we keep everybody. Because apparently away, according to the weekend, we're not too bad. Stephanie says United have only one fit centre back, and that's Maguire.
Yeah.
Well, you got no reason to worry then, have you?
They had about 6 at the start of the season. It didn't make much difference. So
yeah, that's true. Ten Hag reckons you guys play beautiful football.
Yeah.
Man, I could not. I'll tell you what. Did anyone see that guy's post-match press conference after he got interviewed with the Coventry game the other day? It was like, we played pretty football, you know. It was AKA the lamppost. Oh, Maguire. All right, okay. I got plenty of names for him. Don't worry about that. But yeah. So the JPT, what's your like take on this race for Europe then?
Well, I mean, I don't think we're going to finish in 10th, but it is a lot to ask for Chelsea right now with our defensive or our defense leaking goals left and right. To pull up something where we're going to finish, what we would have to finish 6th to get European, the Conference League, right? Because the only way we can that there's going to be a 7th spot for Europe is if Manchester United win the FA Cup, which I don't think that's going to happen. It is. I mean, I'm trying to look at these last bit of schedules, and yes, away we have what we have: Brighton, Forest. Forest we're fighting relegation.
Brighton will smoke Brighton. Their pants. We'll beat.
Yeah, they're awful.
We should be, but you know, they're terrible. One goal all of this month.
No. Wait. You'll actually find that Poch, as an individual, and I've checked this up. Poch is an individual man, even just at his Chelsea tenure, one of the most successful. When you look at, we've played him twice already this season, and we've beaten them already. Yeah, we beat them 3-0, I think, on their ground. Then didn't we beat them 2-0 at Stamford Bridge?
I think it was 1-0.
Was it 1-0?
Was it 1-0? No, it was 2. It was 2 because it was Mudryk and I think Broja for the goals.
Yeah, I think you saw that header. I thought, what? I thought Channel 903 didn't start until 1:30, says Rosie. Oh, okay. You know what? You know how long it's been since I actually had channels? Trust me. No, fair enough.
He's just got a memory card now with it all on.
You know what I mean? Oh, come on, right? You know what I mean? We're all men here. It's on your phone, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Don't know what you're on about.
No, of course not. Just his only fans account. It was Prime's. Oh, it was Prime's account, was it? Oh, okay. Rosie's just grassed you up there, Prime. If you're paying attention. That is. If you're actually listening. Is there anybody out there? Is there anyone? No, not joking.
Is there no one else?
Is there no one else? Tonight, Matthew, I will be Prime. I'll just sit there blank face. Right. We're not going to make Europe. No, the reply was to him. Oh, okay. Sorry, excuse me. I apologize. It was to him. All right, my bad. Sorry. I've been occupied with something. All right. Okay. We're going back through previous. There's dirt in the chat and we didn't even notice, lads. Never mind. But yeah, so back to the race. Is there anyone here? No, Prime. Oh, he hasn't killed the vibe.
But we can say if Prime's looking at that screen like this, like it's food or a woman. Or...
yeah, well, bro, I'm not about you. I think he's actually. I think
he's trying to eat.
Exactly. Oh, big up Jess in the chat as well. Hope you're doing well.
Oh, big
Jess
up.
Just popped in to smash the like and hope everyone's well. Yeah, big up to you, Jess. Hopefully you, Stu, and everyone else who's good. Please sub to Jess if you're not subbed to her already. Lovely lead, does a lot of watch alongs. Lovely person. Always has a nice vibe around the channel. Definitely one to follow. So yeah, please, big up Jess. Hope you're well. Here you go. Link is in the chat.
Let's have a look.
There you go. Give her a like and a sub, please.
We already got it.
If you could, Andy, drop her a class. Man. Very nice people. Very nice. Everyone that goes on there. Everyone's nice. But yeah. So okay. I think the best we can hope for is Conference League. Going back to the big up Wolfie. Oh, thank you, Jess. Big up yourself, mate. Big up yourself. Hope you're well. Yeah, but I do hope we could maybe scrape. I can't really say we're going to get anywhere in terms of like Europa League, but maybe we can get Conference League. It'll be a stepping stone. So, you know what I mean? It's not even that. It's still Europe. And I'm not being funny. One thing about it is Chelsea, we like Europe. And the funny thing is with our Europa League victories, it's kind of been like, as long as we're in it and we can compete somewhere, we can still say that Chelsea pedigree in Europe bloody thing, because we are the only English team actually, I think, to win in every single level of Europe.
Well, now with this one, we will. If we were to,
Yeah, we'll have the full
fully
cereal.
complete this.
Yeah, the cereal box set, bruv. We'll have the full cereal box set. Get your Powerpuff Girls weekly, like. Oh my days, are you mad? Prime got CCTV for connection to Diddy's house in Angola.
Oh, yo.
Only he would come out with that in the middle of my chat. You sick bastard. Yeah, sorry, I'm losing track of the comment. I hope you're well, Rosie. Yeah, I'm well, thank you. I didn't think we've spoken before. I'd give you a sub, hun. Thank you, Andy and Rosie, if you can do, please. Jess is lovely.
On that subject, guys, sorry to interrupt you, Wolfie. I've been helping out on NUFC TV talks. So if anyone wants to watch anything Newcastle related, but they do talk about other football teams.
Pop the link, Andy. If you got the chat, the link, sorry, for the channel,
yes,
pop
please,
it in the chat,
please.
and we'll also.
It's a bit technical for me, but I'll give it a go. If it was me OnlyFans, that's dead easy, but I wouldn't know how to. We're gonna have to get off my OnlyFans.
That's how you know Andy's all about the money, boys and girls.
Show me the money.
You know what I mean? Right. So you want to put the link in? Thank you, says Rosie. Jess. Just don't think we have, but it's nice to meet you. You just seen nice. Wolfie on here. Thought I'd bob in. Well, thank you very much, Jesse. Yeah, your company and your opinions and your thoughts are always welcome. You know that, mate. No worries. So yeah, exactly. Very open place here. But yeah, all about the money, it says Rosie. But yeah, I do think, as I said, we can't aim really higher than Europa Conference League or whatever it's called, because we're I have to say I'm feeling proud though. I'm not going to be as downcast as him, because I still think we can beat West Ham and Tottenham at home, right? Because we owe. Because I don't know about anybody else, but we owe West Ham anyway. And I'm not being funny. I remember all London derbies because I'm a Londoner myself. So no, West Ham. Don't think I didn't forget about you. Look, you beat us earlier in the season as well. So I'm not being funny. I think was it 2-0 they beat us.
3-1.
3-1. There you go. So I haven't forgotten about that, and I think that's winnable, to be fair, because they've been on a bit of a shit run recently. West Ham. They're not exactly the even with kudos and them like that. They're not exactly free flowing at the moment. The only thing I would say though is Anthony might be a problem because he's obviously he's got some form back again all of a sudden. He started scoring a couple of goals, and he normally scores against us, actually, to be fair to him.
He just scored that last time. I think who did he bully off? Was it Caicedo or Enzo? That
I wouldn't be surprised.
It was actually, I think it was Barry Shirley. He just bullied off on the ball and just banged it in. And it was also, I think, shortly after Enzo had missed the penalty.
He was awful for you the other night, Barry Shirley, playing out from the back.
He's always bad. He's bad with his passing decision making. You would have thought the Monaco brothers would be, playing well together, being reunited. Honestly, he's such a liability. I don't see why he starts.
He gets exposed so badly one-on-one. It's a joke. He just doesn't know what to do. I think he's good for set pieces because he's good in the air, but you need to fight. Get rid of him or get him a proper job. I'm not sure in terms of a function in the team, because being one-on-one isolated is never any good for him. Never any good. But look, we'll start rounding it off, right? So I know Prime's completely out of it, but is there anyone else that agrees with me that we could probably get Conference League?
At best,
you can. Look at the 5 teams you guys have remaining. 4 of them are struggling worse than you are. If you take away the 5-0, okay, versus Arsenal.
Yeah, we've been in decent form. We have been on decent
form. No difference. Now look at the rest of the teams that you guys have left. West Ham, the less I say, better. Then you got Brighton, Spurs.
I think
2 weeks layoff has done them wrong. Spurs are just comfortable now. They think that they're gonna make Europe, and then that's it. But if Spurs lose 2 or 3 of their remaining games, that's it. They're out. They're out of the European competition. They're out of top 4 already, because even if they win the remaining games, they're still 1 point behind Villa.
True. That's what I said. That's kind of what Arsenal. That was the other cheeky little thing that a couple of the Arsenal fans that I know that said, "Side, not only is it good for the title, we also fuck their chance of Champions League as well." I was just like, "All right, yeah, double. If you want to take it as a double, no, oh no, trust me, they're like Jez in terms of they're a bit older, they're a bit more old school, and as far as they're concerned, they don't. If it meant drawing against Chelsea just to beat Tottenham, they would have done it. That's how much they hate Tottenham. They passionately hate Tottenham. It's one of those ones where if a manager was to have a season where they win every single game except against Tottenham and they'd lose both of those games, they'd still want the manager sacked. That's how much they hate Tottenham. You know what I mean? Like they really hate Tottenham.
Well, this is where you're going to see where Poch is, where his mentality is. If he can get Chelsea motivated to win the last remaining fixtures, because they're not against top teams.
That's true. But the thing is, can we keep any of them fit? Because the one thing I will say is it's not just how badly we played against Arsenal was just the fact that Palmer was there, like not there. There was no gusto. And this is the thing, like I was talking with Andy earlier, we've been sucking on scraps in terms of our squad all season. And the worst part of it is they started loaning out more players. Why did they get rid of Broja? We needed him.
Mm-hmm.
Even if he's not great.
And even then, when we should be playing Jackson on the left, it's so heartbreaking to say that we should not rely, but we could take David Washington off the bench to play as a striker, his natural position. We don't, and then we get upset that Jackson can't finish for shit.
Sorry.
Could just go back to Tammy Abraham, do you reckon? Because he's the last striker to get his over 15, 17 goals in one. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say it'd be ideal for you. Sorry, mate.
No. I was just gonna say that Jackson's like. I mean, he's getting goal contributions, but Jesus Christ, how many times has he missed? This guy, if he even converted half his missed chances, he'd be top goal scorer.
Big up to everyone that subs to Jess's channel, by the way. Thank you. Oh, there you go. Sub to Latimus Prime too.
Oh,
there you
beautiful.
go.
Thank you, Jess.
Big up, Jess. Thank you. Thank you for
everything. I know I've got my phone on us.
And thank you, my lot, for subbing to Jess as well. Big up. Thank you very much. All right, we're gonna round it up because it's coming up 1 o'clock and I've still got to call the missus, bless her. So look, we're gonna start bigging up. So Andy, do you want to big up that channel you just bigged up, bro? Your Newcastle one?
It's NUFC TV Talk. I think. Hang on 2 seconds. I've only had that a couple of times last 2 seconds. NUFC. As you can tell, I'm absolutely useless when it comes to.
Look, all you gotta do is read it out. Don't worry.
Is it
just trying to find it.
All right, when you find it, Let me quickly do a shout out to Rosie, who's obviously been helping out here and there in the middle of the chat. So obviously Rosie's got a channel as well. She's just gone past 80 subscribers. So the Rosie's Wed and Right Army's growing. There you go. Or Blue and White Army. You never know because she's a Rangers lass, obviously. So yeah, if anyone else can drop a sub to Rosie, that would be nice and appreciated because she's helps out a lot, always jumping in and out of people's channels, and she's just an all-round nice lady. So cheers.
MUFC Talk TV.
MUFC Talk TV. There you go.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'll put the channel up here.
Well, go on, JPT. Whack a link in it, and I'll put it up on there.
I'll whack it all over, man.
Boys.
Whack it.
That's what Frank's just been doing.
Whack it hard.
Literally shooting from the hip.
Can you put this one opening and he went all in?
Jess, I've already done it. The link for Rosie's channel is there, honey bun. If you just look up.
Just to do a quick plug for Rosie's channel. She's gonna post her son's latest fight on her channel once.
Big up, babe. Oh, there you go, my missus. Look at that. She comes out of nowhere like Sigourney Weaver with a pulse rifle. There you go, babe. Look, she beat everyone to it.
yeah, she beat me to it. I had it at the ready.
Ripley! I'm here, Newt.
I think I found out who that subscriber is. It's not you, is it?
Who is it?
She must have been, seen us on the NUFC. So I know which one he's on about. I'll put it on. It was a joke, but it didn't go down very well.
It's all right. No, whack it all up. Whack it all over, says Rosie. Pulls. She loves to do double pulls.
Oh yo.
No. That in terms of like to whack, not in terms of it. Nothing sexual. Nothing sexual at all. I was so nervous on trying to get myself out of that one. I dropped my ashtray. Thank you.
You dropped your ashtray. You
I dropped
pervert.
my ashtray.
You dropped your ashtray.
Yeah, pause. Yeah. Right, sub. Thanks, Jess. All right, so
Thank you.
I have to
Prime.
admit, since the Blues Brothers started, Astrid has been mentioned every episode.
That's
Yeah.
only because you've been in it. So that's it. Like, yo, what's up? Grey Fox in the building. That ninja
big
is
up.
there. You go. Big up, Grey Fox. Gamer as well. Good mate of mine. He's doing a couple of RoboCop videos at the minute. If you like a laugh and you just like seeing someone drunk playing computer games, he's your man. And I love him. I'm quite often sitting there getting drunk with him playing computer games. Quite often do some Streets of Rage stuff with him as well. Big up, Grey Fox. How you doing, brother? I hope you well. If anyone can, he's on 1.1 thousand subscribers. If anyone can drop him a little sub as well.
Therefore,
Oh no, sorry, that's 1.15 thousand videos. Sorry, he's got 325. My bad. I read the wrong numbers. There you go. There you go. Big up the ninja. Big up Grey Fox. Like me, he gets very, 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 very comical and silly. So big up to him. Big up, dude. Hope you're well, G. Hope you're well. But yeah, Prime, do you want to shout out your socials, bro? Because you were on I subbed to them the other day as well. What's that channel? The channel you're subbed to? Casual FC. That's it. No, Casually FC.
Oh yeah. Run by a fellow Peruvian. I'll point that out.
You guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I've started making like TikToks again and stuff.
All right, then we'll pick up your tank TikToks.
Making YouTube shorts. So just like Instagram and all social platforms.
All right.
is it just an age thing, or is TikTok just the worst thing ever invented?
I agree.
Yes.
Just for me. Like I don't get it, and I don't want to give my information to the Chineses.
Chineses. It's already play. You wouldn't say Chineses.
My daughter was on about something the other day. She was like, "Have we got any cinnamon?" Random. Why? There's a challenge on TikTok. I went, right. You've got to put as much cinnamon in your mouth and not cough. I'm like,
oh, that's so 2006. Come on, we invented
that.
I mean? We went to the hospital for nothing. Come on.
Have a good one, dude. I don't.
Yeah, saying that. Me and her did the one chip challenge last 2 weeks ago, and I'm going to tell you now, I'm still feeling the effects of it now.
Yeah. I don't have enough followers to do something. Do stupid stuff. Yeah.
Well, anyway.
Honestly, mate, it was like I'd licked the devil's arse. It was ridiculous.
Here's the thing.
How do you know what licking the devil's arse is?
All I can say is I know how they felt like on Pompeii.
Pompeii.
Fucking honestly, I like hot food, quite like hot food. Within about 16 seconds, do you know, as you get older, the things that you enjoyed when you were a kid, like going on a roller coaster or something like that, you get on them as an old person and you think, what the fuck have I done this for? Why did I do this?
You know what? Yeah, I'll tell you what. Everyone I've just said to subscribe to Grey Fox, unsubscribe. He just said SOS your mum. Yeah. Don't you dare talk about my mother. How dare you? How dare you, you rascally fiend? Unsubscribe to him. He's a rascal now. I don't like him no more. Stuff him. No joking. One chip is a difficult vary. Yes, it is. You know, I still like the ice bucket challenge though, because it's just the way people go when they get drenched in it. Things on TikTok that adults shouldn't see. Never mind kids. Okay, Oh, big up, Jess. Thank you for that, mate. What a star. Spurs have a one chip challenge on their own. That's a good one. Ha 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 ha. Says the ninja. But anyway, look. JPT, do you want to shout out your channel?
Keep it real, Chelsea. Yeah, I've been gone for a while just because I've been stuck in this hotel room for the past couple of weeks. But I should be back home with my proper setup and back to regular streaming. What was going to say, when is our next game besides Thursday? Because of course I have work, so there's not going to be a watch along, unfortunately. But I guess from there going forward, I should be doing regular streams again.
Hopefully you'll have me on. You won't be tight about it. But you know what, Stepsy, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry to hear that, bro. You have my biggest condolences. I'm sorry you've lost your mum. Hopefully, that wasn't recently. You know, big up to you, man. Like, mother is the name for God on the lips and hearts and minds of all children. Truer words have never been fucking spoken. Trust me. Mother is any kid's name for God. Bro, same, bro. That's why I can make these jokes. Yeah. Oh, come on, George. You know, I've known you for so long. It's no fang but a chicken wang. No fang but a chicken wang. But yeah.
Go and hit my mother. You can have my mother if you want. She's just a pain in the ass. I love her, but she's a pain in the ass.
Hey, is that a devil's ass?
No.
Devil's ass. If you want the devil's ass, talk to my mother-in-law. That's a fuck.
You can definitely have the mother-in-law. Definitely have the mother-in-law as well. Buy one, you get one free.
Please don't go. Please don't go. Don't go, dude. I'm joking. Nah, it's all love, man. Everyone's just cracking jokes, and I'm sorry again, Stepsy. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I hope you're alright. Big up to you, man. Nah, big up. He's not been put out. He's having work done. Okay, fair enough. It says. Oh, yeah, says Rosie to Jess. Excuse me. Oh, 16 years. Oh, wow. 11th of December. Oh, bro. Sorry to hear that, man. You know, hopefully you're well, man, and everything's cool. As long as you remember she loved you, that's all that matters, bro. But DJ Crane, do you want to shout out your socials? Bro, DJ Crane in the building. That's just stunning in itself, man.
No, I'm just happy to have my premiere with you guys, you know.
Been great, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, it's been good. Just nobody follow me.
Put a link to your to a channel, your OnlyFans. We'll subscribe. I don't care what you post on there.
OnlyFans.
I'm
Thank
my
you.
fan on my OnlyFans. Okay? So.
If you want his only,
I don't have any socials. I don't post anything on YouTube. Well, at least I tried, but then YouTube took it down. So that's why I use for YouTube.
Right, well, put it this way: if you want, go to his Pornhub page at hotrockuntilyouDrop.com. Sorry, I'm being rude now because I've got so many friends around. I apologize. Sorry. Literally. Stepsy says, of course, DJ Crane, legend. Big up to you, Stepsy. Right, now we are going to sum this up. Thank you, Rosie. Thank you, Jess, for popping in. Obviously, Stepsy, big up the Ninja Grey Fox, Rosie. Obviously, JPT doing his bit in the chat as well. I haven't posted anything in the chat now that I think about it. Obviously, my panel here, Prime, even though he's been a bit quiet and just been more chilling out today. We need to get you more involved. Oh, actually, before we go, Prime, your thoughts. Do you reckon, quickly, Thiago Silva's played his last game for the club? All right, JPT. If you need to bounce, bro, just bounce. But yeah, what's your thoughts on Thiago Silva? Do you reckon he's played his last game for the club?
Yeah, probably. For me, I don't know. I would still keep him one more year so long as he's a backup. He's not a starter. I think around the squad, he can be quite valuable.
Mm-hmm.
However, he's been a good servant for us.
Yeah, it's sad he's going like this, isn't it? We couldn't give him a partnership. Agreed.
Yeah, it's a shame we didn't buy Murder, but we've needed an actual partnership for years now. He's been carrying us.
Mm-hmm. And suddenly, just as he's going, he develops a little thing with Trevor Chalobah. I was just saying to Andy earlier about how much of a kick in the teeth that was, because they actually look decent as a pairing, look better than Badashir and Diassi. I'll give them that. Way better. But look, folks, it's been absolutely brilliant. You've all been brilliant. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, chatting in, linking in, and everything else. It's been brilliant. This has been Blues Brothers episode 16. Everyone, stay safe. Good night, and we are out.